what? It got to the Washington Post. It got to, several news organizations. Hey, Mr. Nuns. I think I just, well, you probably already know. Maybe that's why you were at the White House. Maybe that's why you had to go to the White House to witness this, because the leak came from the White House. I'm not making this up. Evelyn Farkas just told you that. She just informed the American people on MSNBC. And of course, you're not going to hear that in mainstream media because, it just kind of goes counter to their whole claim. Evelyn Farkas, she's the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. Just on national TV, admitted they were collecting data with the intent to get it over, to preserve it, and to get it over to the Hill, and it needed to be made public. She said that. Those were her words. I didn't make those words up. She said that. And the data, you might ask, is President Trump's communications and his staff's communications with the Russians. Now, on that note, Funny and Die. I love that show. I love their website. They're another one of my favorite ones. This is awesome. They put this parody together, and basically it's so you guys, and that's why we're going to get the video. So you guys can, we're going to start producing the videos out there so you guys can see those things. But this thing is hilarious. This couple, they just do some great parodies. And but this comes from Funny or Die, and basically you have a female who is the Americas, and you have a male who is Russia, and their ex-jilted lovers.
Get ready for new shows and new seasons on True TV. Like an all-new season of The Carbonaro Effect. Check out what's on True TV.
Oh, hello, America.
Hi, Russia. You know I can see you from my house, right?
Is that your house?
Yeah, you sold it to me, remember?
Oh, duh. Alaska.
So, do you want to tell me what you're doing? Snooping around?
I was just wondering what you're up to, who you're with. See if I can spy an opportunity to sway your boat at all. Maybe get into bed with you.
I kicked you out for a reason, Russia.
Oh, пожалуйста, those reasons were trumped up.
Oh, really? You haven't been going through my emails telling everyone my secrets?
Нет, of course not. I treat neighbors with utmost respect.
Oh, really? Like Crimea, Ukraine, all of Eastern Europe?
You know what they say? You only get out of life what you put in.
Honestly, Russia, I find you overbearing.
Well, that's straight talking. What happened to us, America? You used to make me feel like I had superpowers. Remember 1945?
What, when we met in Berlin?
You and me, we came together. It all worked so well.
You were just using me to get back at Germany. I know you two used to have a thing. It was a real Molotov cocktail.
Germany betrayed me.
Yeah, and what about you? We were supposed to share Berlin together, but then you put up a wall.
I had some sort of a block. I saw red.
And that scared me. Then everything became so cold between us.
I was focusing on my career.
You know all I wanted was a nuclear family.
Well, you were keeping secrets from me.
I was right not to trust you. I found you flirting with Cuba on my doorstep.
I was having a
You
crisis.
were always threatening to blow up at me. I had to keep you from pushing my buttons.
I never felt like I was good enough for you. I needed space.
And you got space, Russia. But you wanted the moon.
America, I'm different now. My wall, it's gone.
That's only because I told you to tear down that wall.
Come on. You can't spell Russia without U, S, and A. Look, no more beating around the bushki. I give you my heart. From Russia. With love.
But I don't love you, Russia. It's always war and peace with you.
But-
And I'm really tired of you always bugging me.
America. We'll always have World War II.
Oh, I love those guys out there, Funny and Die. Get out there and take a listen to them. But that was, they do it all sort of, it's a, I don't know, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend team, but they do a bunch of different parodies like that. We'll have them on the show. We'll have more of them on the show. Hey, I finally get to play my Snowflake song. That's right. We finally get to do it. I found one that's I just couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist. So in Snowflake news, Seattle files lawsuit over Sanctuary City's funding threat. That's right. You know, for those, we reported on the show on Monday where Attorney General Jeff Sessions was cutting funding. Well, now Seattle is saying because of states' rights, the 10th Amendment, that they are now being hurt by that. And they're going to file a lawsuit to get the money from the federal government. Really? Well, number one, Seattle, you're not a state. You're a city. So if you want to bring action as a state, bring your action. I'm tired of telling these lawyers, these people, these snowflakes. There you go. Tired of explaining this to them. Number one, the 10th Amendment doesn't give you any right as a city. It is dealing with states' rights as it relates to the federal government, not the city rights. So follow your lawsuit. I'm sure you're going to get some liberal snowflake judge to listen to your arguments. But good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you. I had to find one so I can play the song. I love this song. Here. This is our new theme song. You'll hear this quite a bit on this show.
Snowflake, snowflake, little snowflake.
Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. I appreciate everybody for joining us today. We'll get some things wrapped up here. But you can still call in. The number's 402-858-1938. That's 402-858-1938. Love to hear from you. Hey, a big happy birthday to Warren Beatty. He's 80. Eric Clapton is 72. Paul Reisner is 60. MC Hammer, 54. Hammer time. In Zurich is 53. Pierce Morgan is 52. And Celine Dion is 49. Talk about Celine Dion, man. I was watching The Voice the other night with Miss Andy last night. She makes me, I don't know. She gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know. I you know, she's really, I mean, and I shouldn't say that. It's just weird. She just, there's just something about her. I was watching her work with, she's a coach, she's an assistant coach or whatever, an expert coach brought in on Gwen Stefani's team. And for those that don't watch The Voice, I love it. I like The Voice. It's a great show. Not a great show. Great show is some of the documentaries out there, but it's a good show. It's entertaining. Love to listen to the artists and listen to them sing. But yeah, she's a coach, and yeah, there's something about her that I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe we'll figure it out. Jeff Bezos is now the second richest man in the world. Jeff Bezos is now the richest man in the world after overtaking Ortega and Warren Buffett. Bill Gates is still the richest man in the world with a net worth of $86 billion. $86 billion. He's richer than most continents, most countries, right? Most countries, I should say, not continents. Hey, I never claimed to be a geography person, right? And then here's some more news. A special campaign is underway where teams of climbers are collecting the trash left on Mount Everest from previous expeditions. In light of the snowflake song, it's 'cause why don't they just wrap it up in a snowball and just push it down the hill? So, well, that's kind of gruesome if you think about it, because a lot of people don't realize when a climber dies on Mount Everest, they leave their body up there. They do. So, I wonder if they're going to be bringing some of the bodies down and everything. So it's yeah. So, but there's a lot of trash. That's the other thing too, is you think about it. You would think that people that climb Mount Everest are kind of like eco warriors. Why is there trash to begin with? I mean, don't they just like drop their crap? Oh, I'm climbing Mount Everest. I don't care about the environment. I just want to get to the top. That's my goal. Get to the top. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of wondered about that. You would associate, I don't see the Koch brothers doing it, and dropping their trash along the way. That's kind of unusual. Hey, for those that have kids, you guys know this. New parents lose a lot of sleep. Yeah, a study finds that about a third of new parents lose the equivalent of 2 months sleep during their baby's first year. And 1 in 5 parents say they lose more than 3 hours a night, almost 3 full nights a week. Well, yeah. Kids got to eat. Should have thought about that. Kids are awesome. I'm all for kids, but as long as they're 18, let me adopt an 18-year-old, one that's already gone through all their issues. I'll just adopt them. But then you got to pay for their college. Wacky but true. Frisky burglars. Here we go. In Australia, burglars broke into a house before taking off with the loot. They paused to get frisky with the victim's bed. Even worse, a house sitter who'd been hired to keep an eye on the home while the owner was away slept through the entire burglary and other things. That's kind of ballsy. We're going to break into this house. Oh, hey, there's a bed there. There's a bed there. Let's use it. You never know. Hey, it's a select comfort. It's a comfortable bed. Hey, we've never done a select comfort. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I don't know if it's still. Oh, talk about trash TV. American Race. This season's twist is that 22 complete strangers will race together, only meeting for the first time at the starting line. The competitors get to pick their teammates after completing a challenge to determine who will pick first. Season 29 will cover 9 countries in 17 cities, including Panama City. That's the first destination. Talk about reality shows. Did you hear about the reality show where people spent... It was a year. They had to spend a year in the wilderness. So they spent a year in the wilderness. This was a reality show. Now imagine this. You get picked. Yeah, I'm on a reality show. I mean, it takes a certain type of person to go on those shows to begin with, right? But this one is you had to live in the wilderness for a year on your own, on your own. And it was for a full year, start to finish. So that's kind of cool. There was a PBS or Canadian, it was a CBC, Canadian broadcast show where they did that, where they took 2 couples and they had to live like pioneers for a year. Unfortunately, one of the couples, the guy was a sexual offender, and they nuked him off the show, or nuked that couple. He was on he had something in the background, in his background that he didn't divulge. that kind of ruined it. But then they brought in another couple and they finished out the year. But they had to live like settlers did